You know, something just occurred to me, Damon.
Why does this always happen at the beginning of an episode?
What better time for it to happen? There's an important factor to all of this that we haven't even considered.
Yes?
The phone wave, name subject to change, didn't start doing anything until something appeared. A satellite, which we claim is a time machine, because that seems to be the case. What if a satellite, a device designed to transport a signal, transmit a signal, is being picked up by the phone attached to the phone wave. And it's only broadcasting during those time periods. In fact, the original email he got, the video file that was just static from SGE, may have come from that satellite.
That's a good point. It couldn't have come from anywhere else as far as that video goes. And that seemed to be what, like, when he changed, like, he got the video and then he sent the email. And that's when all the people disappeared, which we took to mean he moved to a different world line because the satellite was now in a different position.
Yep.
And from that, suddenly the phone wave operated. Yeah, that sounds extremely plausible. Speaking of extremely plausible, yeah, right, we're the Bittersweet Gamers.
I'm We Square.
I'm the Opinionator. Wow, that sounded like I totally cared, didn't it? Right, the climactic scene was ruined. We figured out the name D-Mail and what we're actually attempting to accomplish. We have an organized plan, and we're doing it. But everyone's just insulting Ocarine, which I'll say at the beginning of the episode he probably deserves, but as time goes on through the episode, I will begin to take his side more and more outrageously.
However right he is on however many occasions, he is still a goofball. Two things can be true at once, Damon.
All right. I suppose I'll accept that for now.
He should just take solace in the fact that he is right. Genius is never understood in the time of the genius being around. I totally mangled that quote.
Very well. I suppose you're right. Genius is misunderstood. Nobody can tell that clearly I, the insane scientist...
Damon, no.
Damn you, assistant. This is an outrage. Afterwards, the D-Mail experiment, its name is Operation Erd, though I lost my chance to announce it, continues for 2 hours.
Erd is a Norse goddess.
That's correct.
The eldest of the three Norns, goddesses of fate in Norse mythology. The three sisters tend the world tree, Yggdrasil, which has roots in Erd's fountain. Erd is the Norn of the past. But of course all I can think of is the one from Ah, My Goddess.
During that time, every D-Mail goes back in time without a hitch. Now it's time to take a break. We're all hungry, and except for Mayuri, we've been up since last night.
Daru at least had a nap.
Daru may have had a nap, but he preceded that nap by being up for a few straight days.
That's true, that's true.
Her scientist's blood must be on fire. We've made a number of discoveries, but we can wait to assess them until after we eat. Have to keep the brain going after all.
2:46.
When we return from buying lunch, we find the Brown Tube's workshop's one and only part-time warrior standing in front of the building.
Looking ready to pounce.
Standing in front of the building. Standing.
Sitting is a kind of standing.
Sitting is not a kind of standing. Suspicious. Shenanigans?
いかにも聞いて驚くな。俺たちは人類史にその名を残すであろうタイムマシンを作っているのだ。
What's she gonna say?
そっか。
お前、 もっと驚いたらどうなのだ。
Daru's like, dude, come on.
He might also expect her to be more dismissive.
ま、信じられんのは当然じゃね。僕も最初は半信半疑だったし。つうかそう簡単に秘密ばらしちゃっていいのオカリン。秘密事項じゃなかった？
I really like her outfit. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, there is something about it. Like, at first you don't really pay attention to it, probably because of the pigtails. Well, that makes her just look like a little girl, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, the more you look at it, the more anachronistic it looks. Her outfit.
Yeah.
あ、しまった。そこのバイト選手を今俺が話したことは内密に頼む。
Or better yet, join the lab so that you will be part of the fun too.
Well, then the assassinations and such will definitely happen. The thing is...
Look, man, you can't stop the Suzunator.
The Suzunator?
I'll be back.
The thing is, if you say that to a normal person, they're not even gonna bat an eye.
いいけど、そうじゃなくてさ。店長がすっごくイライラしてるわけ。
Probably because of all the electrical discharges above his shop full of CRT monitors.
It might be blowing some out, or perhaps the electric bill is exorbitantly high, but shouldn't Okarin have to pay? Well, I don't know what their agreement is.
Yeah.
That's right! In Steins Gate Elite, it's time to take a look at the lease of the Future Gadget Lab and the Brown Workshop. Because that's what we all came for.
というと?
Look, man, anything can be entertaining if executed the right way. Anything.
2階からの振動がすごくってさ。
Oh, okay, just that.
埃が落ちてくるだけじゃなくて、実際に揺れるんだよね。爆撃されたみたいに。あいつら一体何してんだ。家賃上げてやるぞ、こらってぼやいてた。
Not that he ever bothered to go, you know, hey, is everything okay in here?
He doesn't really care about that. Also, why is there so much dust? Aren't you supposed to be cleaning?
Everything is exactly where it's supposed to be.
The dust?
Mr. Brown has already said he does not want her cleaning in the wrong places. She can only clean outside, not inside.
La-ti-da.
謝りに行った方がいいかも。
Look, if you're in the head of Daru and Mayuri, whatever the hell that means,
Choo-doo-doo.
then I am in the head of Okarin and Mr. Brown.
One of these things is not like the other.
It is an esteemed place where mere mortals like you could never hope to tread.
You're right, Damon. I could never be in the head of Mr. Brown. My hair is far too fabulous. Maybe I should go apologize.
You impertinent fool! You will pay for this! Though I am forced to admit that he kind of got me with that one. Banana!
ゲゲゲ。追い出されたらまずくね？
よし、ここは俺に任せろ。それとダルよ、助手にしばらく実験を止めるように伝えてくれ。
了解。あんた今最高に輝いてるよ。
And this is why Okarin is the one who calls the shots.
Yeah.
Because he's the one who has to go deal with the landlord. Daru salutes, then races up to the second floor.
そういや、マキセクリスって来てんの？
Why are you asking about that? Why has the music changed? What's going on?
Oh, you
Suzuha?
forgot to point out the look on her face.
Yeah, well, you know.
おう。
In a game where it shows close-ups of everyone's faces, you know.
I'm trying to help make your point. I am trying to agree with you, and you argue.
Yeah, I gotta be the contrarian here.
Dakara banana da! Come to think of it, we never commented on this, but she did pick a fight with Christina yesterday.
知り合いなのか？
昨日が初見。
First contact.
Well, no, but you know, 30 years in the future, she's going to be recruited by CERN, help perfect the time machine, and cause all this. I mean,
Shoken?
Literally, she means the first time she laid eyes on her. But it specifically refers to eyes.
Gotcha.
First,
That's important.
First contact. First contact?
Oh, なるほど.
Really, he probably just likes the fact that she used that word. What a confusing way to put it. I mean, on the one hand, even Damon instantly understood everything about what she said. On the other hand, what a weirdo to talk like that.
初めて会ったにしては、やたら敵意をむき出しにしていなかったか?
A little? She looks like she's about to use Yaijutsu.
支援だよ。
What? I barely heard her. Her voice was so low, but by barely that means I did, so... Did she call Kurisu her enemy? But that doesn't make sense.
お、個人的な恨みがあるということか。しかし、初めて会ったのに？
まあね。
何かあったのか？
Doesn't this just seem to say she's like an assassin from the future or something?
I guess she could be an assassin from the present? Or a rival scientist who has absolutely taken a low-paying job because nobody is interested in her. Yeah, I cannot think of another way to take any of the things she's saying.
I was curious how far you'd go.
直接はないかな。
間接的というとどういうつながりだ?
Yeah, this is really important because we're really just speculating. We don't actually know.
But that's a common trope in a time travel story.
Sure, and that means that it could just as easily be present or subverted.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, she could either be Tighter, be supporting Tighter, be part of CERN, be supporting CERN, or be someone who is also going after CERN.
Yeah, yeah.
But not have a relationship to John Tighter.
Right.
So...
なんなら、俺がクリスティーナに話をつけてもいい?
Huh. It's one of those tender moments of his.
別にいいって。
もしかして、単なる逆恨みだったりするのか?
もう、しつこい!
I don't want to talk about serious things.
岡部倫太郎さ、私のことより店長に謝りに行かなくていいの?
I don't know. Between talking to Amane Suzuha and Tennoji Yugo, I mean, both have their good points, is all I'm getting at. Unless Christina really does end up working for CERN or something, just the way that Suzuha treats Okarin, I have a hard time believing that she is here assuming he is the enemy.
Yeah.
That also kind of fits the Chuni romance, right? The more practical, credentialed person is the genius who, quote-unquote, infiltrated CERN for the future gadget lab and then ends up being one of their lapdogs, right? That's a good narrative.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whereas the outsider perspective, outsider thinking, non-credentialed Okarin is the valiant rebel struggling against the powerful, right? All that makes...
Yeah. I think you're really in the headspace there. Get out.
It's so comfortable in here and natural.
It's concerning.
Actually, I'm getting cold feet because he's terrifying. But I am Hoin Kyoma, the mad scientist who brings chaos to the world. I can handle talking to the landlord who has biceps as large as my head. I cannot falter now.
失礼する!
The music! Even my grand entrance can't pull his eyes away from the huge 42-inch CRT. Good lord!
We've seen it several times in the background.
I know, but it's like, you just think about it. That's about the size of the TV we're playing this on now.
But with CRTs.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
おい、岡部。おめえ一体上で何やってんだ?
And I like the 4-3 resolution. But now is not the time to falter.
Even though he
実
doesn't...
は世紀の実験中でしてね。すなわち人類の科学史を塗り替えるタイム。
おめえらのお遊びのことはどうでもいいんだよ。このビルのオーナーは俺。分かってんのか？
I don't really care. Sips his tea.
I like how when Billy did that, he stuck his pinky out.
You have to? Hello, it's a rule.
結構ボロいビルだからよ。おめえらがガタガタ揺らすと壁にひびでもできるんじゃねえかと俺は気が気じゃねえわけ。
I like how he's so angry about it, but he really isn't caring what they do or asking about what the specifics are. I mean, I guess it's a pretty private culture, but I better keep quiet about the dent in the floor.
ミスター・ブラウンよ。まさかこのビル耐震偽装物件ではなかろうな。
What? Now this makes sense that in Japan you would need to have something like earthquake safety certification for construction, or maybe you do everywhere. I know nothing about construction or architecture, but
だったらどうなんだよ。
really? Really?
ちゃんと補強工事はした。だがな、いくらなんでもおめえらは揺らしすぎだ。
Even if it is certified, do you really want to test it?
No, more like it still works even though maybe it's not certified. And when your landlord tells you that, you say yes, sir, and continue paying your rent.
このビルの一つや二つ崩壊したからなんだというのです。
Well, if you're in them, I think that's something.
ああ？
我らが行っている実験は何度も言うが人類の科学史、いや人類の歴史そのものを塗り替えるような壮大な内容なのです。
Anymore, when I see these lines, I don't even bat an eye about them being weird or pretentious.
このビルをあと10年延命させるよりよほど意義のあるものだ。
Yeah, but that makes sense in this kind of game.
It's true, it's just all normalized. The building starts shaking again as soon as I finish speaking? My god, it's been shaking this much?
Good lord!
It's a wonder Mr. Brown hasn't, like, taken one of his beloved CRTVs and slain Kyoma with it. Flakes of concrete start falling from the ceiling. The 42-inch CRT's image goes to static, and the truth may have come out.
Didn't he tell Daru to tell Christina to stop doing the experiment?
That too, yeah. So something happened.
Yeah.
Damn it, Daru! What are you doing? I thought I told you to stop the experiments!
ほら岡部。
Oh no.
落ちてきたぞ。ラーメンに入ったろうがどうしてくれるんだ。とにかくこれ以上揺らすんじゃねえ。でないと家賃を1万あげる。
What? If you raise it 10,000 yen, we're ruined! We can't pay that! That's like $1,000 bucks.
ミスター・ブラウン、我が名誉にかけて今日はもう揺らさないと誓おう。
Veneer dropped.
クリスティーナ、今すぐ実験は中止だ。
They haven't been doing them?
おかり。今、マユシが唐揚げを温めようとしたんだけどね。
God dang it! Why don't we spend more time with the karaage?
It's a question that needs to be answered.
Every time she puts that thing in there, it's like Juicy Chicken #1 beam and it explodes every...
ついいつもの癖で逆回転させちゃって。ついでだから放電させてみたの。
How do you keep doing this accidentally?
Shouldn't it only spark if you open it while sending a text, though? Isn't that what they were trying to establish?
As far as I am aware, it has to be receiving a text and the microwave door has to open.
Well, now he also hasn't divulged what they've learned, so there may be an element that we don't know of yet.
そうか。
あんたにメール届いてるはずだけど、見てないの？
So she sent Okarin the male while Mayuri was heating up the karaage and opening the door, and...
But it wasn't sent to the phone hooked up to the phone wave.
That's my point.
Huh.
Oh, your sarcasm is not appreciated, Christina. You fooled Damon and Billy into believing you with those honest eyes. You know as well as I do that my phone is still attached to the phone wave, named subject to change.
Oh.
ふざけるな。ミスター・ブラウンに睨まれるのは俺なのだぞ。
Okay.
5日も前に忠告したのに。
God dang it, we took that seriously for a minute. And she gave you 5 days advance notice. This does seem to prove what Tyler said, though, about changing the past.
Yeah.
Like how the past just rewrites itself to incorporate this.
店長、怒ってた？
Oh, crud, what day is it? What's the date? Do you remember?
Isn't it the second still?
That means that we haven't caught up to the beginning of the game yet.
When did the beginning of the game happen?
Or maybe we have.
No, the beginning of the game was the 28th. 27th of last month.
Was it the 27th or the 28th?
Either the 27th or the 28th, but it was of the previous month, July. We're in August.
Yeah, August 2nd. There's 31 days in July. Do the math.
Oh!
If the game started on the 27th, then that was 5 days ago. If the game started on the 28th, then that was 6 days ago.
July is 31 days.
I know July has 31 days! I already told you that!
What's going on?
Are you making fun of me?
I may be.
ああ、殺意の波動を感じた。
Yeah. Look, the whole point of me mentioning that is that we have caught up to the beginning of the game or are about to. That means that we will have played, but our past is changing too because we haven't been receiving these messages 5 days prior.
Okay, I got you now.
What else did you think I was talking about? I was talking about what it meant to be 5 days, and that's... Gosh. Somehow the gravity of this is lost on these two girls. We'll be toast if we get kicked out. They know not the wrath of Mr. Brown. Ignorance truly is bliss.
とにかく今日はこれ以上の実験は中止だ。
実験のデータは十分取れたわ。
Now let's discuss it.
Unfortunately, I guess this means that the possible time that they can do it is the hours of the shop. It's always going to be within the hours of the shop.
Well, surely he's not open every day.
Probably. I mean, they can find some time out of it, I guess. It's also maybe not impossible that they're wrong about the time.
Could be.
But really, what we ought to do is get our findings.
Yeah.
I tell the two about Mr. Brown's cruelty and sit down to eat. Are there any bananas?
Now!
Oh, about frogs!
Kyoma-san, are you familiar with ghetto froggies? They were a huge fad last year. We have tons of them at the shrine.
Hey, you did a typo there. Don't you check your mail before you send?
So if you like, could you take a few off our hands? Dad brought a whole box home for some reason. Then he said they were for me. I don't know what to do with them. P.S. I was so bewildered I couldn't do any practice swings with Samidare.
What the heck?
His
dad is kind of weird.
Oh!
I guess people just donate stuff.
To the shrine? I've got a sneaking suspicion the answer we need to reply to is Dad.
Not ghetto froggies?
I know, I was really curious too.
How sad. Why did he bring them back, though? I really want to know why. You know, the stories you tell paint a very different picture of your father than the impression I got from meeting him. Which is the true him, I wonder? We may never know the complexities of a human being.
Adultery is wrong.
The hell do you think I'm talking about?
さて、オペレーションウルドの実験成果についてこの場で検討してみようか。
Yes, excellent.
オペレーションウルドって？
そういえばどこぞの助手のせいで作戦面を披露できなかったのだったな。 D メールの連続送信実験、それがオペレーションウルドであり、
実験の成果はあった。
But it's cool if I announce it all dramatic. Why you gotta do this? Stupid Christina the stupid zombie.
Look, guys, if you just indulge him a little bit, things will go a lot smoother.
Banana!
D メールについて少なくとも何ができるのかは分かったから。
Kurisu gets the whiteboard and begins jotting down bullet points. All right, another explanation with diagrams.
338.
とまあこんな感じ。補足や反論は？
Use modified command for microwave warming function. That's reverse rotation. That's the pound 120 or sharp 120. Force microwave door open while warming is in progress. Timing unconfirmed. We never really messed with the timing, but that means it always seems to have worked. Discharge phenomenon. Send mail to phone wave. Name subject to change. Very nice. During discharge. Conditions for discharge between noon and 6 p.m. D-mail text limit 12 1-byte or 6 2-byte characters times 3. That matters because we're talking about like kanji or like kana. Distance into past depends on phone wave name subject to change. Timer input 1 second on timer equals 1 hour in the past, and we've always done 120, so that's how we get it, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So 120 hours is sure enough like 6 days is going to be 144. So yeah, okay, that's going to be just under 5 days. Contents of microwave become jelly men.
Except the karaage. Except for the chicken!
Confirmed to also teleport. I like how she did put Zerimanka, like, becomes jelly man, but jelly man instead of, Jelbana or something like that.
Right.
Well, nothing to add. She summarized the vital parts. Mayuri has her mouth half open in a blank stare. She clearly doesn't understand. We did get a little bit of new stuff out of this. But it's valuable. It's very valuable, like the 1-byte or 2-byte characters.
And the 1 second equals 1 hour into the past.
Right.
D メールでは最大で英文36文字か。日本語文18文字しか送れないというのは不便だな。改善したいところだ。
Furthermore, each D-mail is split into 12 character segments. If you send 36 characters, you'll get 3 12-character emails. If you try to send more, everything after the 36th character disappears.
A limit to how much data can be transferred.
Yeah.
でも、
So where does the other
い
data
つ
go?
送るかの調節ができるのを発見したのはすごくね。
You control when it's time-stamped anyway. You still don't notice the email until just then.
That appears to be the rules of time travel. At least it was posited by someone who led us down this path, who appears to have been correct about everything else. From the IBN 5100's extra function to CERN, we've confirmed this, so if he's alleging that, if Titer is alleging that about the mechanics of time travel, it must be true. There's no way to get around that.
You're right.
Now, I still find it preposterous, and there's also something that's not true about it because of Okarin. Like the fact that he seems to have his memories from the other world line or something. There's more details about it, but at the very least, something as simple as the D-mail arriving in the past, Titer already explained it.
Yeah.
It seems to be confirmed. There doesn't appear to be a way you can change it. Though we can only set it in 1-hour increments, we can control how far back D-mails go by using the microwave's timer.
Maybe for each second the phone wave is on, that charges up the Kerr black hole, and that determines how far back it goes, because it doesn't vanish till the end.
Maybe?
Well, that's just a theory I just pulled out.
発見しただけで満足してたら無意味。原理を突き止めないと。ここに書いたのは現象として確認できたものでしかない。
Right, but you have to get those phenomena in order to understand or begin to start looking for the principle.
原理の究明か。確かにそれが分からなければ真にタイムマシンを作ったことにはならない。
Gotta get the data values before you can work with them, so to speak.
6文字 ×3 しか送れないのは何が原因だ？
The idea of it being a limit on the volume of data seems to make sense.
ねえねえ。唐揚げやバナナはゲル揚げとか
There you go.
ゲルバナになっちゃって。
Wait, what?
お塩はゲル塩にはならなかったんだよね。
But they didn't say anything about the chicken turning into gel until now, so I guess that's fine.
Now we know, and I like that. Geruage. Now, what's up with the salt?
だから略すなよ。
According to Mayuri, the refrozen chicken had indeed been jellified when she tried eating it.
Okay, okay.
Kurisu's prediction was right. We just did not have that information.
All right, thank you.
Now that we have that information, we can act appropriately.
で、D メールは18文字まではちゃんと送れて、19文字以上は消えちゃうんだよね。
Like the only data that comes in the jellified food is like the shape and previous position, and none of the other properties are the same. It's just sort of vaguely molecularly connected, with the other data gone.
Yeah.
きっとね、大きなものとかたくさんは送れないんじゃないかな。あ、もしかしてそのカーブブラックホールが
Maybe it's too small. Well, actually, this is really useful, isn't it? She is trying.
That does make sense.
カーブラックホールね。
It's fine, Maki-san.
カーブブラックホールが。
だからカーブラックホール。
Don't fight. Don't do this one. This one's not worth it.
Yeah.
ブラックホールの穴がきっついんだよ。
まゆし、
I knew it!
今の言葉もう一度よろ。穴ってところから。
I knew it as soon as she said the hole was too tight. Daru was... Oh, okay. All right, yeah.
穴がきっついの。
これはけしからん。
言わせているんじゃないや、ホダル。
This is brazen sexual harassment.
That's why Daru is friends with her. She'll say whatever he wants to.
Oi! Mayuri has flowers for brains. That's a really good way to put it. So she's easy prey for Daru's perversions. It drives me crazy. I can't help but be protective of her.
穴がきついか。あながち間違ってないかも。
Don't indulge him, Maki-san!
Well, it's like we were saying small, but the word that she came up with was tight. Well, how is that different? Maybe that change in perspective is what we need.
おそらくセレンのタイムマシンと同じ原因ね。リフターの調整がうまくできてないから、完全には得意点を裸にできず、そのせいで送れる容量が限定される。
Clearly, they do have the same problem, just on a different scale.
唐揚げやバナナはともかく全角6文字半角12文字のデータっつうと容量は12バイトだね。
English characters are half-width, so they only use 1 byte, but full-width Japanese characters use 2. Really, I had no idea about this stuff. It makes sense that you would need to consider it, though.
バイト？キロバイトじゃなくて？
Well, no, these are extremely small things.
おーっとマキセ氏はメカに弱いタイプと見た。
Well, just because she's big on science doesn't mean it just applies to everything. Come on, Daru.
That's really what it is no one can know everything.
What do you know about botany?
そうなのか、ジョッシュ。
Oi, come on, don't beat her up!
うるさいな。バイトなんて単位は最近見ないから確認しただけよ。
By the way, 1 kilobyte is 1024 bytes. 1 byte is 8 bits.
まあ電子メールは本文テキストだけじゃないけどさ、送信先と送信元のメルアドとかヘッダとかもろもろ込みだともっと増えるけど、
I see.
目安として12バイト分の文字数なら 3回分は転送できるってことじゃね？あ、ちなみに件名は入れると入れないとでどう変わるかわかんねえ。
They ought to check that too.
Well, not when Mr. Brown's on duty.
確かに唐揚げやバナナをデジタルデータに換算したところで12バイト程度のサイズになるとは思えんな。
Yeah,
By a lot!
no matter how you look at it, you can't even get more than 36 English letters to be sent. And I promise you that the amount of space in one of these objects is larger than 36 English characters. Like I said, DNA really is like kind of like machine code. And there's more than 36. How do you measure a banana in bites, anyway?
First you gotta peel off the peel, and then you just gonna be like, one bite, 2 bites. Why are you looking at me like that? I could probably eat a banana in about 5.
So even if we were to just consider it conceptually, it's easy to understand how you could turn an object into an amount of data, you know, consider 3D printing.
Mm-hmm.
But how actually would you express that? 3D printing just gives you, like, the shape.
Yeah, it's still made out of whatever you did the 3D printing with.
Just like, how do you possibly measure divergence? What sort of instrument could ever comprehend that? Even if DNA is like machine code, the DNA of the banana don't change if the banana is peeled or not, or hot, or cold, or has a bite taken out of it.
塩は一つ一つが小さいから12バイト以下と換算された可能性がある。
Ah, because they're so simple.
質量が大きいと超重力に押しつぶされるっていうこと？
There we go. It may not be the volume,
But the mass.
but why would Oh yeah, just like how the bigger you are, the more you're affected by gravity. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, you can flick a bug with your finger and it'll launch across the room and like hit the wall and it'll be stunned, but it'll be okay. Because
It won't have been affected by gravity as opposed to you traveling the same distance and falling the same distance comparatively.
yeah, or like a small fall for a horse or a cow,
Could be fatal.
it'll break their legs and they could easily die, whereas a human falling that same amount might get hurt, but they'll be okay.
質量ではないかもしれん。データには重さはない。
We just have to figure out the conceptual
いずれ
framework
にせよ
here.
得意点を裸にできていない時点でイベントホライゾンを通過せざるを得なくなる。そのイベントホライゾン内では空間と時間の入れ替わりの影響でリング上得意点に到達した被験者は超高速に達しているから超重力により押しつぶされて破壊されたデータがブラックホールから吐き出されてしまう。
ゼリーマンの出来上がりだ。
でも質量が小さければ通り抜けられるとも思えない。どっちにしろ超重力の中を抜けないといけないのよ。
I swear if they're about to go into what you just started talking about.
Well, all that means is that we're doing our best to try and follow along, you know?
I know.
I realize this isn't the fundamental part of what they're talking about or going to be talking about at this time, but we still haven't figured out why on earth the microwave suddenly possesses these abilities.
I feel like that's an important mystery to solve, yes?
Well, if they can't solve that, at least they can solve this. I get it, but...
All in due time.
穴がきついのならば注入する電子を増やせばいい。
The LHC can clearly inject far more electrons.
Then the phone wave named subject to change.
If a human is too complex for the Large Hadron Collider, they may have a hard time obtaining the physical materials necessary to upgrade the phone wave named subject to change.
Technicalities.
It may take a lot, but never fear, they have CRT!
そんな簡単な問題とは思えない。 セルンだってその方法は試したはず。なのに、実験開始から9年経っても解決できていない。
We have no way of knowing any of this. We have no way of knowing how we're injecting electrons. The thing appears to work as what CERN named a lifter. But why? We don't know. So if we don't know why, we don't know how to inject more electrons.
That's how science works.
単純に電子の量を増やせばいいってわけでもないのよ。
I mean, she's right, but I still think that's a point that needs... Whatever CERN's doing, it's irrelevant to us.
Yeah,
Without understanding the underlying principle, we can't change the flow of electrons. In fact, even if we did understand the underlying principle, how do you use a frickin' microwave to change the level of electrons you're injecting into a fucking black hole? Why did this happen?
そうか。
Damon, you're not getting into the romance of the story.
I was into the romance full bore in the last episode. I'm becoming a skeptic again.
そもそもセルンではリフターがあるけど、電話レンジの場合、そのリフターに代替するものが何なのかすら分かってない。これじゃ調整以前の問題。
Vindication.
Much pithier than me, but she has the point. The singularity point. That's funnier in Japanese. Never mind.
リフターに変わるものが何なのか。それは不明だが。
Mayuri? Your own phone? Okarin's phone?
Well, they did it with,
You're right.
Christina's phone in there also.
You're right.
少なくともその代替物の効果により、リング得意点に36バイトプラスアルファまでは通り抜け可能な道が作られているのは確かだ。
これでゼリーマンの件は解明できたんじゃね？
Yeah, like we were talking earlier.
でもまだ仮説よ。それが証明されたわけじゃない。
It's true. It's sort of understandable, but
That's the nature of science.
証明ってどうやんの？セルンと同じように人体実験するん？
Sure, who wants to go first?
it would be great to prove it. But if the only thing that works is like a molecule with 3 atoms, I guess they should get some other small stuff. The last time I had anything to do with chemistry was my junior year in high school. I can comprehend it, but I don't have a basis in explaining it or something like that. But what about getting other really simple substances?
That would be the next logical step, I think.
We can't try human experiments, but what about getting like an ant? That's right, go kill ants. The world will be a better place without them anyway. And look, there's always gonna be more ants.
That's true, you ain't gonna run out of ants.
岡部と橋田さんが被験者として志願してくれるなら、喜んで実験してあげるけど。
人体実験ってなんか響きがやばいよね。性的な意味で。
But anything sounds dirty if you try hard enough.
Oi!
だが断る。僕はされる方より、せっかくだからする方を選びたい。
Well said! How dramatic!
右に同じ。いや、性的な意味でという部分は同意しない。
I'm not a pervert.
Yeah, do not engage is the answer. Do not engage.
バカども。
She wasn't serious.
Man, the script is so much fun. It's so good.
何度も言うけど、問題はあの電話レンジのどこにリフターに代替する機能があるのかっていうこと。
それともう一つ。なぜ時間帯によって放電現象やゼリーマン化が起きたり起きなかったりするのかだ。
わからないことはあるけど、D メールのやり方についてはもう完璧ってことで。ファイナルアンサー？
Well, that's not the final answer, whatever that's supposed to be.
Oh, that's kind of the final answer of the experiments they were running? Final answer. Abbreviated as FA in Japanese. Used in the question, is that your final answer? Internet slang. Originates from a popular quiz show with contestants who want to be millionaires.
Huh, so in Japanese it ended up as FA, huh?
I guess.
I mean, I admit to having said that. Is that your final answer?
It's pretty catchy.
Yeah, it really kind of did seep in everywhere. Specifically, though, they can't understand the why, but they can understand the what. You may as well keep on going, but ultimately this is what leads to the destruction of the universe. Whoops.
We make sacrifices for science, Damon.
Do we now? In any case, if they can't come up with the why, but they do have access to the what, like Daru says, at least they can figure out what the what is.
過去にメールを送れるってすごいことだよね。
人が直接過去へ飛べるわけじゃないから、タイムマシンって感じはしないけどな。
Also, nobody other than us has talked about the implications of receiving email 5 days ago and not having known about it.
Right?
That seems really important. It's true that Titer said that, and it's basically confirmed. But, well, they don't have time to deal with everything. Not much time has passed.
But also an interesting point. Even though Okarin remembers the other world line, he doesn't remember the
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Remember the emails he's been getting.
Even if there is something that does separate it, like that makes Okarin break the laws of physics? Question mark on all these things. He's still subject to not remembering the D-mail. Unless we've got one more day to go before he starts.
Maybe.
Ah, timing!
Look, time travel makes your brain bleed if you think about it too long.
それをやろうとしてセルンほどの研究機関が失敗し続けている。タイターの予言によると完成まであと24年かかるんだっけ？
Look, let's work on sending bananas or things smaller than that before we just jump straight to humans.
Yeah, no.
確かに今の俺たちでは物理的なタイムマシンは無理かもしれんな。セルンに比べて金も施設も足りない。
That is an understatement.
So what are you planning to do? I mean, it's cool to be like, we shall challenge CERN!
I threw a rock at one of their research operations and then ran away. Fight the power.
So based on that, specifically, what are they going to do?
しかし俺たちはそれでもタイムトラベルを実現させた。
That's true.
データを過去へと送ったのだ。
この電話レンジはもっとちゃんと検証するべきね。何が起きてるのか把握しないと。
So,
Uh-huh.
if you send this data into the timey-wimey wibbly-wobblies and the memory changing... Never mind. I was about to say something, but I mean, that thing was spinning like a top powered by a nuclear reactor.
Ah, see, it was a curved black hole, wasn't it?
I guess it was a curved black hole! And so I wasn't going to be able to go anywhere but like blood spurting out of my eyes.
D メールをもっといろいろ面白いことに使いたいよな。
I bet you do.
No, this might be really important. This might be exactly what I'm asking for.
気持ちはわかるが今日は無理だ。もしまたビルを揺らしたらミスター・ブラウンから最後通告を出されるだろう。
He'll raise the rent or kick us out of the lab or something else utterly reasonable when you consider what we've already done to him. He must actually like us or something to have not done this after dropping his ceiling into his dinner.
Yeah, I do kind of get that impression.
詳細な検証は明日以降に行う。だが、これだけは宣言させてくれ。本日、今日って何日
8月2日。
8月2日。
2010年8月2日は人類史にとって永遠に記憶に残る日となるであろう。なぜなら今日この日我ら未来ガジェット研究所は人類史上初のタイムマシン開発に成功したからである。
It's true.
I guess so.
You gotta start somewhere.
人類史上初じゃなくね？セルに先越されてたし。
That's true.
That's true. The only line we say in this episode.
That's true.
そもそも開発したとは言えない。偶然使えるようになっただけ。
Yeah, that's the important part.
助手はセレンディピティという言葉を知らないらしいな。ペニシリンに X 線にダイナマイト。その他多くの偉大な発明は偶然から生まれたのだぞ。
From synchronicity to serendipity, is it? Dynamite!
A nitroglycerin-based explosive invented by Alfred Nobel in 1866.
Really? Alfred Nobel?
Ah,
Isn't that the Nobel Prize?
I guess.
He invented dynamite? Wow. X-ray!
A type of electromagnetic wave discovered by Wilhelm Röntgen in 1895, famous for its applications in medicine. Penicillin, the world's first antibiotic, discovered in 1929.
I would believe all of these things that Ocarine has said, except, no matter what, we cannot construct another one.
That is a fundamental difference.
Dynamite was invented, and X-rays and penicillin were discovered, but...
それはそうだけど。
でもクリスちゃんってタイムマシンなんてないやーいってこの前は言ってたよ。今はあるって認めてるんだね。
She kind of has to.
Every so often, Mayuri just comes in with the most incisive retort.
今のところは認めざるを得ないってだけ。原理を究明していけば、もしかしたらタイムマシンとは似ても似つかないまがいものかもしれない。
That is also still possible. I mean, the fact of the matter is, all we're doing is teleporting bananas.
And yeah, and emails.
どいつもこいつも俺の堂々たる宣言に敬意すら払わんとは。
No.
人類史上初の、いや史上2番目かもしれないが、タイムマシン開発の栄誉、この俺が独り占めしても後で文句を言わないことだな。
That's not a problem, buddy.
今日の第66回円卓会議は以上だ。解散。
It was like the second.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
今のって円卓会議だったん？知らんかった。しかも66回って。
円卓だろうがなんだろうがどうでもいいわ。
Just nod and smile. Uh-huh. It's okay.
帰ってシャワー浴びて寝る。
マヨシーはもうすぐバイトなのです。
I'm incredibly tired too.
It takes a lot of energy to put up with these people.
Says Ocarine. Let's just sleep today. When we're going multiple days without sleep, we've earned the rest, right? But when I lie down, I find myself unable to sleep. My curiosity grows ever stronger. Although, deep inside, I fear that we may have stepped into the realm of darkness. We've built a machine that can send emails to the past. It's like a dream, but it's real, and it's ours. As I start thinking of ways to use it, my imagination spreads out to infinity, driving the last vestiges of fear from my mind. Where am I?
ここはイベントホライゾンを超えた場所。
What an interesting dream.
時間と空間の役割が入れ替わった場所。
The sight is breathtakingly beautiful. However, one point in space lacks stars. I stare at that point. I'm falling through the sea of stars. No, not falling. I'm being pulled into a rift of utter darkness from which not even light itself can escape. Light itself is but dust in my wake.
あんたは移動なんてしていない。
Why do I hear Christina's voice?
言ったはず。ここでは空間と時間の役割は入れ替わっている。あんたは空間を移動することはできない。あんたの時間が延々と引き伸ばされているのよ。
I accelerate.
あんたの1秒が私には永遠となる。遠くから観測している私にはあんたは停止しているようにしか見えない。
Am I looping? No, that's not it. Is the end running away from me? That's not it either. Stretching. What is stretching?
振り返ってはいけない。永遠は無限ではない。
I guess all of this is the choice of Steins Gate.
Yeah. This is really interesting.
永遠へ向かって時間が引き伸ばされ続けようとも、終わりは存在する。
Oh God.
An asymptotic approach to zero. When will this second pass?
時間と空間の役割は入れ替わっている。
A second stretched out to infinity. 1 second becomes 0.1 seconds. 0.1 seconds becomes 0.01 seconds. 0.01 seconds becomes 0.001 seconds. I mentioned it many times, like the idea of constantly cutting something in half, you'll never run out of the ability to cut it in half, but practically speaking, that's not possible. But if your experience of time is constantly doing this, you'll never run out. 0.0001 seconds. 0.00001 seconds. 0.00001 seconds.
And isn't it interesting how you were talking about the 5-day limit, and then this happens?
0.000000001 seconds. 0.000000001 seconds. When will I arrive? Will I ever, or will I be chanting 0.000 for frickin' ever? No matter how close I get, I can never reach. It's like the idea, if you can't move in space because you can only move forward as you were being pulled forward, right? Because that's the idea, space and time switch, as you were pulled into the singularity. That means your position in space, you have no control over. It can only flow forward. Yet
like time, in the normal,
Yes, yet your position in time is now different somehow. But it also means that if you stand still, that your position in time never changes.
Yeah.
So however it is you're supposed to be able to move through time, as if one in a normal circumstance, a normal reality, were to move through space, it's just fascinating to consider. Kind of mind-boggling, but ultimately nothing more than fascination. I don't mean to be dismissive of it. It is fascinating, but, well, like, what conclusion can you draw other than freaky?
You heard it here first, folks. Freaky.
振り返ってはいけない。
Don't look back.
I want to look back. I want to go back. I can't look back. I can't go back. I face towards the thing. And then, of course, there's observing this and how weird that would be. While frozen for eternity. I mean, of course, it's just a dream, probably.
Probably.
Sure.
Right?
Surely. But if space and time are switched at a singularity, is it possible for us to have perception independent of time? If we only perceive time, if time is stretched to infinity, do we perceive anything?
Well, in the 3D world, we can't perceive time, but we can perceive space. So wouldn't that be flipped in a singularity? We would be able to perceive time, but not space?
Well, just like the phone wave, name subject to change, is our hardware able to comprehend that?
Ah, good point.
Do we have is it even possible to plug in the proper interface tools? Or
I guess there's no guarantee that that would be the case.
Because, from the outside, if observed, you really would appear to not be moving at all. But can we perceive anything outside of what we are built to perceive? Meaning, would we move at all? Paradox may not quite be the right word, but it is really fascinating.
Well, my brain is starting to bleed, so I think that's about as far as I could go in that topic.
Like, whether you could perceive it or not, how, in fact, would you move? When would you move? Because...
Yeah, because we can move through space because of our physicality, but if our physicality is locked because space moves forward without us like time does...
You shouldn't be able to move at all, right?
Right, but if space flows forward like time does, shouldn't that move us?
Well, yeah, towards the singularity, but that doesn't help or hurt. No, it's, again, this is all rampant speculation, but it's entirely possible, probable, that there would be literally nothing to perceive because we're not built to be able to perceive any of this stuff, so we just wouldn't perceive anything. It's like how if you're not dreaming when you're asleep, there isn't anything.
Yeah, and now you're awake.
Well, except you do perceive the flow of time, and you actually perceive the flow of time accurately. It's just you're largely shut down.
Yeah, the way it's like I can't sit here and watch you age, unless I was sitting here for like days staring at you the entire time.
All of it is just fascinating to consider, isn't it?
So, was it a dream? Or has he shifted world lines?
That's very possible that he has shifted world lines. But if that's the case, why? Why doesn't he have any control over this? What's the catalyst? What a bad dream. It's bright out. What time is it? That mail demon again? I thought I told her to stop with the spam. I stare blankly at my phone's flickering display.
Well, she has stopped with the spam.
Shut up! I'm trying to criticize others. My mind and body feel like lead. My phone vibrates again, signaling another email. There's a reserved knock on the door. Oh, well, did give her the address, I guess. And I know this is what I would do, is, you try and, text a person, hey, I am here.
Yeah, especially if she has been, gently knocking this entire time.
No, what I'm saying is why knock? Why not text first? I get up from the sofa, annoyed. Besides, she would text first, then knock if she has to. I check the clock. It's 9 a.m. I slept for over 15 hours, but for God's sake, I gotta sleep at some point. Gave her the address and everything, so. And now she's gonna look down at her phone and text him. I'm still half asleep. That was one hell of a nightmare. Maybe I'm more shocked by the truth of CERN's experiments than I thought I was.
That would make sense that you would have a dream like that.
Yeah.
本当に IBN5100 を見に来たのか?
Moeka nods. I mean, synchronicity or serendipity or whatever, but it's hard to believe that someone would just randomly be interested in the IBN 5100 that you bump into on the street at this time.
Where did she hear it from? That urban legend about the...
Well, she hasn't said anything about that.
Didn't she?
No.
I guess I'm misremembering.
No, Suzuha did. But you already knew about it at that point. Because Okari knew about it from Taiter, from the original Taiter, from the 2000 Taiter.
Right.
I'd say this is the craziest coincidence if there's no funny business going on with Moeka, with Shining Finger. But, last week, the microwave did have an electrical discharge. What a coincidence. Moeka nods. Yeah. We're face to face. Why is she sending me mail? I've never seen anyone act like this before. Or maybe this is the curse of the Esper power known as Shining Finger.
You said I could come look, remember?
True. I did say that. But if you're gonna visit someone, don't you usually let them know beforehand?
We'll check the other emails.
見せるのはいいが、こんな朝っぱらに来なくても。
From her perspective, she waited a couple of days.
貴様、本当の狙いはこの俺の取材だな。
No! She wanted to do an article on the IBN 5100.
Speaking of an article on the IBN 5100, we began this episode in an awkward place and we'll end the episode in an awkward place. There may not be a relation, but there doesn't have to be. There are enough coincidences in the world as it is. Sometimes things just start, and sometimes things just stop. I feel like I used many words, and literally no meaning was communicated whatsoever.
Us in a nutshell.